You've read the title of this video, same but different. Now that is an accurate representation of both of these phones, Google Pixel 9 and iPhone 15. See, the approach with both of these phones is very similar, but yet the output is very different. Let me explain. We'll start by talking about how similar these phones are in terms of look and feel. Boxy edges, rounded corners and muted colors. The materials used in these phones are also similar. Metal frame with high quality glass on the front and back. And the similarity actually comes from Google and not Apple. Apple has been doing this design for a few years, but Google joined this year. I showed the Pixel 9 to a bunch of my friends and everyone was like, this feels a lot like the iPhone 15, and they are not wrong. It does feel a lot like the iPhone 15. And I mean that in a good way. I absolutely love the way both of these phones feel in hand. They're comfortable, fairly lightweight and not too big. The display on Pixel 9 is ever so slightly bigger but not by a huge margin. So yeah, both of these phones are comfortable and kind of compact in today's big smartphone world. Now as far as the look of the phone goes, I prefer the look of Pixel over iPhone because iPhones are very common and kind of boring, but Google has done something very different this year. The evolution of the camera bar is something that I do like. Now some people might say that the camera bar is too big, they don't like it, it's practically an island now, but I do like that. Also, colors on Pixel are just way better. Now if we start talking about the differences between both of these phones, the first point that will come is the display. See, Apple still hasn't put a high refresh rate display in their base iPhone 15, which is kind of disappointing, and they are not going to do that in iPhone 16 as well. But on the other hand, Pixel 9 comes with a beautiful 120Hz AMOLED display which is super smooth. Now by default, Google turns that option off, so you'll have to go into settings and then turn on the high refresh rate display, which is very weird. I think they're doing that to save battery life. But anyway, you can turn that option on, and once you do that, the experience is super smooth. I've not noticed any major jitters or lags with the refresh rate on the Pixel 9. Also, the peak brightness on Pixel 9 is higher, but peak brightness is not a good measure of measuring brightness because there are only very specific scenarios wherein the display will go to its peak brightness. I feel that outdoor visibility wise, both of these smartphones are bright enough. You will not face an issue while using these smartphones in direct sunny conditions. Now, as far as biometric authentication goes, the Pixel 9 has an in-display fingerprint sensor. It's an ultrasonic one this year, which means that it uses sound waves, and that is way better. It is fast, accurate and works really well. iPhone 15 on the other hand has Face ID, which is very secure and fast. Honestly, I equally like the fingerprint sensor and the Face ID. Now one more major differentiating factor is the camera. On the Pixel 9 there is a 50 megapixel main camera along with a 48 megapixel ultra wide angle camera. On the other hand, the iPhone 15 has a 48 megapixel main camera along with a 12 megapixel ultra wide angle camera. But we all know numbers are just for a piece of paper. In real world, the scenario is completely different. iPhone 15 is clicking better photos as compared to Pixel 9. See, the first difference is in terms of white balance. It is more consistent in images from the iPhone. I've noticed Pixel 9's camera is not that consistent when it comes to white balance and colors as well. Sometimes it will get it on point, but sometimes it will just mess up the white balance as well as the colors. Also, photos from Pixel 9 look more processed, contrasty, punchy and processed look. Also, dynamic range is more consistent in the images from iPhone 15. As far as portrait mode goes, both of these phones do a good job in terms of edge detection as well as background blur, but skin tones is something that is handled differently by both of these phones. See, skin tones in the images from Pixel 9 have kind of a pink tint to them, and on the other hand, in the images from iPhone 15, skin tones have a warm tone. Both of these are not completely accurate, by the way, but the iPhone 15 does get close. Now if we compare low light shots, the images from Pixel 9 are way too aggressive in terms of exposure. On the other hand, iPhone 15 keeps it natural while also retaining details in the photos. So I think Google should go a little bit less aggressive in terms of night mode. What about videos though? Well, here is a quick 4K 30fps video sample, and you guys let me know which one looks better in the comment section down below. Let me know about the video quality, the colors as well as the stabilization. If you're wondering about videos, here's a quick video sample from the ultra wide angle camera of both of these phones shooting in 4K at 30 fps. Also, here is a quick front camera video test with the iPhone 15 and Google Pixel 9. As far as selfies go, I like both of these phones. I don't have a particular winner for selfie. Both of them are doing a great job in terms of the selfies. See, the bottom line is that iPhone 15 does a better job in terms of the camera. Apple has done a great job with the new 48 megapixel sensor of the iPhone 15, and they have optimized it well in terms of the software. Now, while we're on the subject of software, Google does have way more features in terms of editing the photos. They are going heavy on AI features when it comes to photos, and you can use them on the Pixel 9. For example, Add Me, where you can literally add a person in a group photo after clicking the photo. There is also AI Erase and AI Reimagination. You can literally reimagine a photo. Just select the part that you want to reimagine, type in a prompt, and you will literally get a new photo. So in terms of fun AI features with photos, Pixel 9 is the winner. Now, while we're on the topic of AI, Google Pixel 9 is leaps and bounds ahead as compared to iPhone 15 because it has AI features everywhere. Google has focused a lot on AI this year with the Pixel 9 because, obviously you get Pixel Studio app to generate images. There is Google Gemini, which works everywhere, and overall Pixel 9 is just better in terms of AI features. And I feel that these AI features will be useful in day-to-day lives. Maybe not currently, but as we go into the future, AI features will be useful. Actually, I am working on a video for that. If you want to watch that, make sure you hit that subscribe button because it is coming soon. But what about the rest of the software? Well, that comes down to personal preference. It's a typical iOS versus Android battle, which doesn't make sense in 2024 because both of these operating systems keep copying features from each other and they literally have the same features now. So even if you are switching from an iPhone to a Pixel, I think you will be okay. Alright, what about battery life? Well, in my testing period, battery life has been very similar on both of these phones. Pixel 9 has slightly better battery life, but not by a huge margin. Both of these phones are good for a full day of use. You won't be able to use it for 1.5 days, only a full day. You will have to charge it towards the end of the day. And charging is equally slow on both of these phones. It will take about 1.5 hours to charge these phones completely, which is very slow in 2024. Budget phones get charged completely in like 15-20 minutes, and these phones are taking 1.5 hours. That is frustrating. Hey guys, editor Harsh Punjabi here. I was editing the video and realized that I did not talk about performance. Now, performance is a huge point, a very important point, and we all know the answer. iPhone 15 just performs better as compared to Google Pixel 9, and that is because of the better chipset. Tensor G4 is still not a flagship level processor. It is kind of like a mid-range level processor. Google will get there in a few years, but Apple is already there, and performance on iPhone 15 is just better. Now, there are a few small things that I noticed about the Pixel 9 which are better as compared to iPhone 15. First one is the haptic motor. I found the haptic motor on Pixel 9 to be better than iPhone 15. It is more natural, and also the quality of the speaker on Pixel 9 is better. Like the sound output is more clear and has a lot of depth. Also, I prefer the punch hole as compared to the dynamic island. The dynamic island is good and there are a lot of animations that you can use, but I feel that a punch hole makes more sense than a pill. What do you guys prefer? I'm curious. Let me know in the comments down below. Apart from that, these are flagship phones. You get wireless charging, good water and dust resistance, and a premium experience. Both of these phones will get regular software updates as well. Google has promised 7 years of OS updates, and we all know Apple, they will also support the iPhone 15 for years to come. See, the whole reason I am making this video is because iPhone 15 is going to be relevant even after iPhone 16 launches. We've seen that with other models. iPhones stay relevant even after 2-3 years. So which one should you get? Google Pixel 9 or iPhone 15? Now, my personal preference will be the iPhone 15, and there are a couple of reasons for that. Number one is obviously camera. I am a creator. I click a lot of photos and videos. And second reason is because of Apple's consistency. See, Google is not consistent with their phones. One year they will make a banger of a phone, like this year Pixel 9 is a great phone, and next year they might not do such a good job. So it changes year on year. Now, I'm not saying that Apple has launched all good phones, but the consistency that they have with their phones is something to be appreciated. But with that being said, I am very happy with my Pixel 9, and the experience of using it has been super fun. I will be using it for the next month or so and will make my dedicated long-term review, so make sure you are subscribed for that. So that's been it. This was my comparison between the Pixel 9 and iPhone 15. Do let me know what do you feel of this video in the comment section down below. My name is Harsh Punjabi, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.